Hello everyone, in this video I will show you some best stealth games for PC in 2020, but before we start this video make sure you subscribe to your channel Games Down and hit the bell icon for more gaming videos. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is A Plague Tale: Innocence. A Plague Tale: Innocence is an action-adventure stealth horror game set France, 1348, and sees a pair of siblings on the run from the English army after their countryside estate is raided. The game's historical setting coincides with the existence of the Black Plague, and therefore, features both human enemies and hordes of diseased rats that players will have to sneak past. Controlling both Amicia and her younger brother Hugo, players are tasked with navigating dark sewers, decaying city streets, and dense forests in hopes of making it out alive. Next up we have Untitled Goose game. Aside from generating some of the best Goose-related memes to date, Untitled Goose game manages to deliver a humorous albeit simplified puzzle stealth experience centered on one unruly fowl. In it, you control a maniacal goose tasked with wreaking havoc throughout a series of sandbox environments, frequently at the displeasure of any nearby humans. Sandboxes are densely packed with various items that can be combined in interesting ways to complete bonus objectives. The game has a charmingly minimalistic presentation that complemented by a playful soundtrack and writing. Next up we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is by far the best-looking entry in the historically based action RPG, breathing new life into the now 12-year-old franchise while telling an original story set in ancient Greece. The game blurs the line between realism and power fantasy even further by providing players with new combat options and continued support for a more stealth-based approach. In terms of visuals, Odyssey is a carefully blended mix of confident art design and technical wizardry, the result being an immersive open-world game whose magic and wonder could rival that of the gods of Olympus. Next up we have Metro Exodus. The Metro games have only gotten better with each new installment, and Metro Exodus is by far the most impressive entry in the series. Aside from upgraded current-gen graphics, the game features larger sandbox environments to explore as well as a more focused story and stealth-based gameplay. You play as everyone's favorite Russian post-apocalyptic scavenger Artyom, as he encounters new hazards and enemies in the wasteland of the former Russian Federation. Next up we have Hitman 2. Hitman 2 builds upon the success of the previous game in a lot of ways, most notably in the size and scope of its sandbox environments. The sequel pushes the Glacier 2 engine to its full potential, rendering intricately designed levels such as a crowded racing event in Miami, Florida, and a shady mining operation located beneath the lush Colombian rainforest. Next up we Dishonored 2 have set after the events of the first game. Dishonored 2 sees the return of fan-favorite protagonist Corvo accompanied by his daughter Emily. Both characters are playable and come equipped with slightly different supernatural abilities. Corvo retains his arcane powers from the original Dishonored while Emily has a kit all her own. The series is known for handing players a lot of freedom in how they choose to play the game, with every challenge supporting both lethal and non-lethal stealth-based approaches. Next up we have Shadow Tactics: Blades of the Shogun. Shadow Tactics utilizes a lot of core stealth mechanics you would and expect to find in a real-time strategy game. Set during the Japanese Edo period where a new shogun has risen to power and organized a group of specialists to deal with a rebellion, you assume control a team of deadly assassins that specialize in different fields. Missions have you combining your team lethal long-range and close combat weaponry as well as distraction tools and traps to assassinate targets. Next up we have Alien Isolation. If hiding in storage cabinets while a drooling xenomorph tries to hunt you down sounds like a good time, you should probably seek counseling. But before you start contacting therapists, consider giving in to your twisted fantasy by revisiting one of the best stealth horror games of the last decade. Set within the Alien universe, Alien Isolation offers a nail-biting experience whose enjoyment does and require you to have watched any of the films. Next up we have Origamic. Origami, not to be confused with Origami, is a stealth game that has less to do with folding paper and more to do with sneaking past deadly sword-wielding guards. The game has you taking on the role of Origami, an assassin with awesome supernatural abilities that allow him to teleport between shadows, create alternate paths, summon shadow beasts, and basically do anything he wants as long as no one flips on a light switch. The last game of this video is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. What Phantom Pain lacks in cohesive storytelling, it makes up for with solid stealth mechanics and entertaining gameplay. The game serves as the 9th installment in the Metal Gear series, and notably the last project to be developed by Kojima Productions. Set after the events of Ground Zeroes, the game has you playing as Big Boss, who after waking up from a coma, enlists a group of mercenaries to help him exact revenge on those that put him in a said coma. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to your channel Games Down and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.